I would like to extend my warm welcome to all the esteemed architects, interior designers, industry professionals, and enthusiasts who have gathered here today for the most anticipated event of the year, the Architecture and Interior Design Excellence Awards and Conference 2023. Can we hear a big round of applause for all of you out here? This global edition promises to be a remarkable celebration of innovation, creativity, and groundbreaking achievements in the world of architecture and interior design. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to introduce to you our next speaker for the evening, Professor Dr. Ajai Chandran, CK. Currently the professor of School of Architecture, Christ University, Kengeri Campus, Bengaluru, who is also the former principal of SJBIT and BGS Health and Education City. Former Dean of BGS School of Architecture and Planning, BGS Knowledge City, Bengaluru. Dr. Ajai is currently serving as the Standing Appellate Committee member, the apex body All India Council of Technical Education, AICTE, from March 2018 till date. He's also serving as the Honorable Secretary of the GEM ASSOCHAM, the Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India, Karnataka chapter. Dr. Ajai served as the member of National Board of Architecture Education, the Indian Institute of Architects. And he also served as the executive member of Karnataka chapter at the Indian Institute of Architects. He's also served as the chairman, Board of Examinations, Architecture, Vishweshwaraya Technological University, Belgaum, VTU, Karnataka. Currently, Dr. Ajai is serving as a PhD examiner, University of Mysore, School of Planning and Architecture, Manasa Gangotri Campus, Mysuru. With a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Professor Dr. Ajai Chandran on stage.
Good evening. It's always a pleasure to be in front of all achievers. Adding to that, always get to see such vibrant leadership from the profession. To start with my own guru, Jason sir, we are too humble to be in front of such legendary architects. Then H.C. Thimmaiah sir, who is the backbone of the profession as far as Karnataka goes. And a lot of luminaries. Dr. Puni madam initiated a lot of discussion. I was just taking notes now. It was just like I'm attending a session with a lot of inputs. It's quite challenging to grab attention of achievers. So I'm taking that big stride for the next 10 minutes. While listening to some of my good colleagues, I came early 1 hour before. I was interacting with Thimmaiah sir, Jason sir, and all. Paresh sir and Puni madam was talking with me. Abhishek, always the energy drive for all of us. I was just prioritizing the aspects which I will be discussing with my colleagues. India is changing, India is rising. We as part of the profession, when we call part of the profession, I call it built environment. Architecture, engineering, interiors, design, everything, I would say creative professionals, that's it. First aspect I wanted to share with all of you is most of the registered practices, when you look at it, we need to be compliant with the regulatory system. When I say regulatory system, recently the government of India has formulated, recently means from long years, the immediate recent time I'm talking about, we talked about individual proprietary kind of practices. We talked about LLP as a formative practice. We talked about private limited as a practice. So we all in the creative order should prioritize our next couple of years that we are expanding. We are entering new domain. We need to look at the business plan in a different way. When we talk about profession, it is service, no doubt about it. When we do service, there is always a component of entrepreneurship and business associated with it. And that is very, very key. What Madam was initiating the points towards academics was be aware that that has been inculcated to the next generation of designers. And the surprising fact now we are finding all over the country is there's a huge rush for technological courses. When I say technological courses, the built environment is not given that due priority. If India is rising, India is changing, we will go for a four-fold expansion in the next 10 years. When we are becoming the third largest economy, who is going to do all this work? Who's going to do the quantum leap? It's everybody, including each one of us, creative professionals who are aiming at different brands. To start with, how many of us think about a trademark for our own logo? How many of us take a copyright in an international domain? How many of us look at best practices to be adopted in our own practices? That is a larger question. We are doing fine. We are always ever enthusiastic in our own process of design. But in that process, are we looking at benchmarking? Which is our benchmark for the next couple of years? In which direction our country is changing? To start with, I had a very good conversation with my very, very senior mentor in the profession, Tinmaya sir. He was mentioning who will take care of the class 1 to class 5 cities? Who will take care of the rural extent? Most of the practices are focused on primate cities, metropolitan order. There is enough and more work available. We are all in the process of creating signatures in our creativity. In that process, are we looking at the other possibilities? For a quick thought, can we think in the next 10 years, how many patents we are going to generate out of our design? These patents validated first in the country. In the home country, we have to get it validated. Then we have to take it to the next level. These are the larger questions. We are designers. We are passionate. India is a hub for design. There are primate cities which are attracting professionals all throughout the country. Cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore. Today, to look at the event, more than 27 states are participating, professionals. That is a cross-section of the country. Morning we had seen 150 professionals coming here. I was told that a lot of good deliberations happened. So the larger question is, we are doing good in the country. Can we go outside the country, branch out? Can we collaborate? Can we collaborate with our own professionals in our own domain? Larger questions. Can the research be more, I would say, authenticated, validated, published? A lot of good works are happening. We document our own work. Can we go beyond that? If we talk about the past and we are proud about our past and culture, we are. We completely agree. Our heritage and history is the backbone for our thoughts. We always look back to the past to create a wonderful future. Future is always unknown. We all believe in that. But what are we creating for the future? In terms of our own creativity, what is that we are leaving behind for the next generation to pick up? Every firm can ask oneself, an introspection, we are also doing the same. Every project when we do, can we take up 1 or 2 patents? Can we publish our own validation, post-occupancy? A lot of experience will come. We need not reinvent the wheel. So larger responsibility lies on our shoulder. When I said more popularity is going for the technological courses, the younger generation who are aspiring for civil engineering, they build. Without them, nothing. I have always believed engineers, and all of us are engineers. We try to build. We are designers, we are architects, we are interior designers, everything. We are many folds, multiple roles we play on a day-to-day basis. So the larger question is, how are we motivating the youngsters? If we were motivating youngsters to that extent, when India needs 4 times the build volume in the near future, when the popularity of the courses in building industry or building environment, including civil engineering, architecture, design, is not that great when compared to 15 lakhs aspiring for medical profession, MBBS. Right? Ours is a lead profession, large volume. Each one of you are handling large volumes. I would say the entire economy, even though ours is not a fully, I would say, a organized sector. Building industry is still not an organized sector. The challenges are many. Each one of us have a role to play. First, to popularize our field, to share success stories, how we listened to the previous speaker. Because when we have large volumes to handle, if we can't handle in our own country, then we are giving scope for external practicing entities to come inside. It is good. We welcome all kinds of collaboration. But first, we need to understand each other and support each other. We need to take a stand that we are going to encourage design, educate design. All of us have a larger role. We educate our own clients from the day one, conditioning their mind, soul, to adopt to design. Most of you do on a day-to-day basis, we are aware. But the larger question is, if everything is going well, you are aware. Length and breadth of the country, we will have acute shortage of professionals. We will see people who are shifting their careers in their mid-productive employment career age because there is acute shortage of creative people. It is going to happen. We talk about volume, we talk about numbers in profession, but when it comes to a handpick the right ones for any detail, you will have to do a whole lot of homework. You need to get it validated. You need to get testimonials. It's not that easy. It is not a quick pick. The point I'm trying to make is our responsibility as a collective creative community is huge now. Unless we do that, we will not have the right kind of workforce, the right educated, right exposed workforce with us, and people who are going to stay with us for a long time. The other trend is many of the youngsters are moving away from our country for good. We have ample opportunities, ample possibilities. Each one of us, most of you are leaders in your own domain. You have to participate and transfer that kind of tremendous confidence to that younger generation. So one is continuous research and exploration and validation, patenting and all other stuff. Everybody has large volumes to handle. Many, and I would say every office, every year by year, they're looking at it as a business cycle. The volume is growing, the impact is growing, the value addition is happening, the happiness sharing is happening. But the larger questioning is, we are growing at an individual lot. How many of us collaborate with each other's office? How many of you share resources? How many of you can say that, yes, when film industry can come together, when healthcare can come together, when any other industry, including software, can come together, why not building industry, built environment? It is possible. We have to keep our egos at bay. That's all. We are simple human beings. For a living, we have taken architecture or engineering along with a whole lot of passion. The passion is driving us, but we do it for a living also. If we make those things simple, and we look around and we say that, yes, we are not just concentrating. All of us have to take a decision that we are not just taking projects in the metropolitan order and the urban order also. We will take, all of us are going to decide that for a variety, for a break from the mainstream stuff, we are going towards the rural side. We are going towards other towns and other smaller urban local bodies. Ample opportunities. So when I taking this topic to discuss with you, I thought these are the aspects I should be sharing. A whole lot of knowledge, a whole lot of experience with us. We need to keep it open to the rest of the fraternity to accept, to rely on it, multiply on it, and to motivate the youngsters. Thank you. Thank you one and all for the patient hearing.